The training involves important component, how to learn. In this training, teachers, parents and others will get information what they can do, and will also get information what they can do for themselves, how to teach, how to handle situation, how to develop communicability, dialogue. When we come to this perspective of psychological skill development or developing special skills of mental health issues, it's entirely personal choice. There is no one single skill which is effective, but all skills are having merits to add to your personality, to your learning pattern. People talk about, we believe practices like yoga in schools is helpful in not only keeping you physically fit, but teaching you the art of modulating yourself, handling situations, thinking correctly, handling your emotions and thought process, identifying the barriers and dealing with those barriers. It is recommended that Yoga Kriya, Yoga Abhyas must begin in the schools. Often people ask this question that, why do you say so? And as I mentioned earlier, that formative years are the years when the brain cells learn how you will behave, how these cells will behave in future. And therefore, when the concepts are being built up, when the memory storage is being utilized, when a pattern is being set, when value system is being formatted, when you are learning, and that's the time you need to learn correct methods of regulations, self-regulation, self-awareness, self-assessment. Children need to learn, and we need to tell them how to really build their self-esteem, self-confidence. What is the meaning of positive thinking? How positive thinking helps. These are the content of our spiritual lessons, whether it is coming from Bhagavad Gita, whether it is coming from principles of Gautam Buddha. All of us are listening to mindfulness activities, treatments. It's very popular and in thing in the Western countries. But what is this? What exactly is the content? The content is to teach you, to identify walking in the middle of the ground, middle of the road. Give up extreme positions. If you have very hard position against yourself and you are unable to handle anger, you are unable to handle your impulsivity, you are unable to handle emotional reaction, make error of judgment in expressing your emotions in time, place and person. that will create a problem for and set a chain of problems in your life. So this is taught in psychological intervention. People have done research and this is a popular treatment. But whatever you do, the focus is, can we change social situation? Yes, if you can certainly change social situation to a certain extent. But if you cannot, then how do you cope with the situation which is stressful? Many times we say that if problems will be over, the person will be all right and there will be no other issue. But that's not correct. Problems are going to be there. We have to have the skills to manage these problems, different sets of problems. So mothers have to play an important role to see that habit of education, health, discipline, communication, dialogue, handling distress is taught in the childhood, and the child is emotionally healthy, emotionally evolved, is able to learn things from surrounding. Fathers have their own role to play, and similarly when children grow, they have the responsibility to take control of their life. Many things might happen because of lack of knowledge or awareness. But who does not know that drugs are harmful? Who does not know that ganja kills the nerve cells? Who does not know that if you drive rash on a highway, you are risking your life? Thus, mere information is not sufficient. The same information is therapeutic in somebody and is not therapeutic in somebody else. Because you are fighting your own personality traits. You have impulsivity which is built in your brain system. You don't recognize that and you will end up with the trouble of rash driving, alcoholism, suicide behavior, frequent fights, low moods, hopelessness, helplessness, ideas of suicide. So that's the chain reaction itself. So normal emotions, when they function within the range of normalcy, things are okay. But when they are out of range, and we also have inability to recognize and control that, that's the time of beginning of problem. And as I have said, that transition begins from going towards healthy state of mind to mental illness state. So there are some people, some children who are at high risk, but self-development is good for everybody. All adolescents and children should be taught lessons for evolving themselves. You practice psychological methods, perfectly okay. You want to practice religious methods, welcome. You want to practice spiritual lesson, perfect. But there are a number of ways which will enhance your self-worth. Finally, what matters is how you look at yourself and how do you deal with your mental conflicts. So in this, we will have opportunity to discuss how various methods can evolve a person to a level where you can fight not only your own problems but problem of society, problem of your friends, problem of your relatives. Building youth mental health or having a healthy individual is not only philosophical thought, it's a reality that you need young mind, but you need a healthy mind. So the course is dedicated towards it with objective to prevent suicide in young individuals. There will be information about self-development, evolution, and the way we train people with evidence to inform what works, what has worked in other places and other countries.